Let's go on an adventure, baby. We can go anywhere.
Hey guys, we're attempting to come back to you again for the final interview of the night. There's been a lot of technical difficulties with internet services, but I'm so happy to be joined by Abbie Rain. Let me bring her on here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was explaining that before we went live that we've had on our side and the artist side, we've had some technical difficulties tonight for some reason. Who knows? I don't know. But if for some reason we have technical difficulties here, we will make sure that we reschedule it and get you up and talk with you more, because like I was telling your publicist, I think that you're one that definitely needs to be heard. And I wasn't familiar with you as much as I want to be until I started listening to and researching the stuff that she had sent. So tell us what led you to this career path?
I don't think I ever had a choice when it came to music. Honestly, I come from a very musical family. My mom's a singer. My dad was like a professional drummer. My parents even met in the college choir. So I think I could sing before I could talk. It was never really, it sounds really cliche, but I never really wanted to do anything else. Like, I just knew that I wanted to do music, and that's literally been my passion since as long as I can remember.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's cliche. I mean, I think some people are just born, like you're just born into it. You just are, it's something that you love doing, and you can't help it if you have a musical family, right? So I assume that they are okay with you choosing this as your career path too?
Absolutely. I got really lucky with my parents. They've always been really supportive of my career. There's a lot of parents out there that probably wouldn't be particularly happy if their kid told them they wanted to go to college for music.
Right.
But my family's always been like 100% supportive. In fact, my dad helped me move to Nashville. It was like the first big move I had ever made. And I'm super blessed with like the support system that I have behind me with my family.
Yeah. Well, and I think that, like, as a mom, it would be hard to hear that that's what you want to do, because unless you're in the business, all you really kind of think of is how unstable it is, and should we have a pandemic, how are you going to support yourself? But I mean, there's a lot of unknowns in it, and there's no rule book necessarily on how it has to be done. So I think it's really cool to watch you like kind of take it and make it your own, and then handle this pandemic of just being involved with your fans a lot and your supporters and continuing to do music.
Yeah, the pandemic has definitely changed the game on how like all artists do. And I think it really made people realize that they do have to be more personable. You can't just like put something out there and be like, okay, here it is. You know, now it's just more about like interaction and things. And that's like one thing I've always felt strongly on. So it's kind of cool to see other artists doing it now. But everything is changing. But it's really exciting to see how the music industry is like keeping up with it, just coming up with creative ways to keep going.
Yeah, and I've said this from the beginning. I'm curious how shows will change, like how live shows will change in the future, because we've all gotten so used to being invited into your homes or having this closer connection with each of you that I do think fans crave from artists. And it's nice to see so many embracing that part of it too.
Yeah, I've always, like, for me personally, because I love going to shows and stuff, I've always loved smaller venues and things like that. Like, I always joke that I'm an emo kid at heart, but a lot of it is because, like, those are, like, people that are very personable with their fans.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's kind of the direction that we're going to have to go towards now that everybody's built that more personal connection with their favorite artists.
Yeah, because I think people will miss it. I think it's one thing. If there's anything to be missed from this, I think that's one thing that'll be missed. I honestly think there'll be a lot of things. I've said that I think this was God's way of saying, you know what, everybody needs to sit still and just reconnect by not connecting. Like I think there's a purpose in it, and I think everybody has kind of taken something different away from it. Are you on TikTok?
Yes.
Like, are you obsessed?
Yeah, it's addicting. My TikTok is just me joking around. It's not to be taken seriously, but yes.
But there's look, TikTok, and I'm one that jumped on the bandwagon when the quarantine happened. And I'm one of the over 40 moms on TikTok. And it kind of seems like us older people kind of took it away from you younger people.
I know. I used to feel old on that app. And then now I'm being called a youngin', and I'm like, oh, okay. I went from being the oldest to being the youngest.
And at first I'd just scroll through and I would like things. And then I'm like, oh, I need to get 1,000 followers because I need to go live. And then it's just become this whole, we've had several TikTok influencers on, and Officer Udi, and see, everybody knows Officer Udi and Officer Scales, but and then the whole Scott D. Henry group, the Marcus Henson, and we had them on last night talking about TikTok Gives Back. So it's funny to watch. There's a lot of fun on there too, but there's also, what I love about it is you don't get on Facebook. It's not like Facebook. You don't have to listen to everybody's opinion. You can just scroll on past to the next funny thing that you want to see. But it is highly, highly addictive.
Especially with their algorithm, it's constantly just showing you more stuff that you're interested in. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And then I spend 3 hours on it and not realize it. It's a joke. I used to be one of those people that was obsessed with Vine back in college. So this is just taking the place of Vine for me.
Yeah. So I was, so people need to go find you. Is it Abbie Rain on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay. You all have to go follow her, and maybe we can start getting you to throw up some songs too and be silly too, because we don't want to lose that part of you.
Yeah.
That's all part of it. So what do you have coming up? Because the current single is Roll the Dice, right? And it is so catchy. We were playing it in that video clip, but of course we only get a 30-second clip of it. But it's so catchy when I just listened to that clip. So tell us about that song and everything.
It's so funny that you say it's catchy, because my roommates, we just moved into a house, and I'll randomly hear them from upstairs in my loft going, thunder, but oh my God. Anyway, so it's funny that you say that, because that's the first thing everybody says. But
that's not a bad thing though.
No, it's not. Even me, sometimes I get it stuck in my head and I'm like, dang it, crap. But no, Roller Dice was a really cool experience for me. It was definitely my very first single was Ladder, and it came out in February. And Roll the Dice for me was kind of a shift change in my music career, and it's more of what I want to be as an artist. And I worked with this amazing producer that Jill had set me up with. His name is Viku, and he had listened to the rough draft we had. He's like, I love the concept. This is kind of the direction we want to go in. Everything. It was just so amazing how easily it felt together. And
can we just talk about Viku for a minute, because he was my interview before you tonight. Okay. And we didn't get to finish it, but we're moving it to next week. Can we just talk about him while he's not in the room for a minute?
Sure.
Love this guy. And now that you said that, I can so hear his influence in Roll the Dice in such a great way, because his Back to the Future Love, I was like, that song again, so catchy. But how great, because self-taught everything he's doing at 21 years old. Come on. So I'm so glad you two are working together. Now there just needs to be a duet, a duet.
For sure. That'd be sick. I'm down. No, he's amazing. And like, he never compromised my ideas as an artist, but then like, I don't know, we worked so well together that there was never any questions on either end, which it's hard to find a partnership necessarily like that.
Yeah.
And it was even like a difference between me getting into the studio and I mean, Jill and like everybody who do my vocals were like, they were so confident and so spot on because it was just, it just came together. It felt right. It fit perfectly. I don't know. It was magic.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, it comes through on the mastered version on Roll the Dice on the current single versus the one before it. The confidence level you can hear. It's like you really can hear the growth and the confidence and the love of what you're doing a whole lot. Not that the other stuff's not good. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that this is better. And everybody always achieves to do better. So I can't imagine how great it's going to be when you continue to do this, continue to work with him. And I'm waiting for the duet and I want the exclusive on it. So
no, and it's funny that you say that because that's pretty much like the general consensus. Words are like my dad.
This is why her TikTok is goofy. Words are hard.
I'm just an idiot. I'm a natural blonde. It's okay. We live with it. But no, my dad had even made the comment. He's like my number one fan. It's hilarious. He's like watching right now. I already know it.
Hi, Dad.
He even made the comment. He's like, I loved Louder, but I love Roll the Dice. And that's pretty much what everybody else has said. Like, it was a great single for me to come out on, but like they're like, this is it. This is like you finding you know.
Right. And see, that's a really cool thing, because then it has to make you feel like, I would imagine it has to make you feel like, okay, now I know where I belong, and this is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. So so when can we expect more?
Oh, that's a great question. I honestly, I have an entire journal full of lyrics and I'm ready to get started on something else. COVID, I have had a lot of time. So it's just a matter of time. I'm shooting to have something else out by the end of the year, but with how the world is going in 2020, you just never know. I like anytime anything happens, I just go like, that's about right.
Yeah, you never know. You never, ever know. But, I owe you an apology. Speaking of not being able to talk, that I spelled Abbie wrong on the first video I put up. Girl, you got to call me out on stuff like that, because I was just like, why can't I tag her? I don't understand.
People have been doing that since kindergarten. It's fine.
No, I am so excited to see where stuff go. And I want people to understand that everybody knows times are hard, and these artists that pour their hearts out to us and give us the music that are the soundtracks of our lives, we should be supporting them. I'm not giving a guilt trip at all. I'm leading to that we understand nobody can go to concerts right now or buy tickets. Some people can't buy merch, but what you can do that costs you nothing, follow them on social media, follow, share, like, subscribe to YouTube channels, and stream the music, because the streaming, although it's not a ton of money, it still provides some sort of income for them, and at the very least let you see what all they have out there. So
yeah, it's just so important, because everybody's always like, how can we help? And like for me, it's just like streaming and like following me on social media or following your favorite artists and things like that. Like, I'm broke, I'm a musician, but I still do everything to help my fellow friends and stuff. And like, it's just, helping your fellow human out, sharing.
Well, and through hearing about one artist, then you may hear about another one, and then you go check them out. And it is just, I mean, we've demonstrated that here, not on purpose, but that's how things go. It's just, you end up, I don't know that Jill and I she probably told me that and I lost it, but that's probably why we scheduled him before you. If she did, I forgot it, and I feel like an idiot. I'm just gonna blame it on COVID.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2020. 2020. So what do you have anything, or do you have any shows scheduled that are coming up, or are you doing any lives online?
I actually, it's very exciting. I just got my first, like, I guess, gig, if you want to call it, as Abbie Rain. It's going to be coming up, I think, September 12th. I got invited to play for, like, the Kansas Pride. They're doing a Pride festival, and they're, like, live streaming it, and they platform how, like, positive I am and everything like that, and they invited me to submit and be a part of that, and I'm really excited.
Well, congratulations. So is all that up on your social media?
Yes, they just made the announcement today, and it's going out for sure tomorrow. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you all make sure you follow that and keep up with that, and make sure you know when she's, follow her, like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Get your copy of Roll the Dice. And I've been running her website across the bottom here. So make sure you go to her website, subscribe, and get the newsletter and stay up to date with everything she has going on. I think this is one to watch for not just this year, because this year is kind of like a wash. Like, no,
we're already almost over with it. Can you believe that?
Like, she's one to watch for 2021, but she still has several months left of this year that you can enjoy her. So, Abbie, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to being able to see you in person and meet you and be able to see the hair color, because we talked about the hair color before it went live, that her hair is gorgeous. And I was like, oh, you must have changed your hair color. It was so pink in the photos. And apparently light picks it up differently. It was this color in those photos. So that's a really cool thing to have. Your hair changes colors.
Thank you.
Love it. I used to do the pink, and I just haven't done it again. I decided to let the gray that everybody's trying to pay to get in their hair. Mine's just natural.
You sound like my mother. She says that.
Yeah. Everybody's paying to have this color. I don't have to. But everybody, I'm so glad you joined us tonight. And I'm glad, I'm glad we kept our connection. That's important. But I do want to catch up with you again very soon. And so we're going to, because you're in Nashville, right?
Yep.
Okay. We'll be down, I think around the 27th, we're heading down. So I'll make sure that I get a message to Jill, and we can come see you.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Okay. It would be. I can't, and I'm going to go follow you on TikTok as soon as I get off of here.
Oh God. No.
I adore it. That's a great personality, though. I love to see a great personality.
Thank you.
So with all that confidence and that personality, I don't think you can be stopped. So you all make sure you check her out, follow her on all social media platforms, even TikTok, and then stream the music, download the music. It's all there. Keep up with everything she has going on at the website too. It's been scrolling across the bottom. So it's all there for you all. Abbie, you take care, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully at the end of this month.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And best of luck, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you.